You remember the phrase, no farmers, no food? It's a good phrase. I like the idea of farmers making our food, actual human beings. Not these big skyscrapers of fake food that Bill Gates and his minions want to make by seizing farmland in the middle of the United States to build their carbon dioxide pipelines. I really like the idea of human beings making food and then sharing it with us because it harkens back to the Garden of Eden. It harkens back to being able to look at a thing and say, we can eat that thing. You know my belief on nutrition. One of my key beliefs on nutrition is this. If you can look at a thing and identify it as a food, it's good for you. The less it looks like the thing, the less likely it is to be good for you. But agri-farming and the massive factory farms that don't have that heart, they don't have the care, the nurturing of animals and of plants. They can't. They're machines. They have ruined a lot of our nutrition. Consequently, if you want to get, let's say, the nutrients you would have gotten out of a carrot, just throwing something out there, a carrot 100 years ago during organic farming, you wonder how many carrots you need to eat today to get that? About 55. Because the soil has been so abused and so watered out and so washed down, unless you're buying from really great organic farmers, which can be difficult to buy and find, you're getting robbed nutritionally. So much of what you grew up with has robbed you nutritionally. You are probably insufficiently stocked with magnesium and potassium. You're probably insufficiently stocked with protein. So many people have bought the myth that you don't need this or that much protein. I know, I've heard the gram per lean body weight and lean muscle body weight. Well, that depends on your level of activity. In my case, I have to have 360 grams of protein every day. That's a lot, which means I need to have 400 or so ounces of water, sometimes 440. That's a lot. How do I keep track of this all? Well, for me, I'm a geek. I use an app. I write everything down, but then I also cheat big time. I'm a huge cheater. I use bioptimizers.com. They've done something really, really cool. I just got a note from Matt and Wade. I didn't know this is coming. They've taken the entire site and applied 25% off to absolutely everything there. So the nutritional supplements, the proteins, the collagens, 25% off. Sleep Breakthrough. If you really have challenges sleeping and even Magnesium Breakthrough doesn't get it done, I'm here to tell you that Sleep Breakthrough is the stuff I take when I know I'm going to have a huge challenge. Like I've been traveling and sucking down caffeine all day and not been able to exercise. Sleep Breakthrough gets it done. P3OM, a prebiotic. They have probiotics. They have, in fact, everything you need to cheat on your health, such as masszymes. Produce 1,200% more amino acids in your bodies. Amino acids are the building block of proteins, which are the building blocks of muscles, and their books, the educational materials Matt and Wade make. They're experts at this stuff. The entire site, 25% off. Here's the keys to unlocking it. Go to bioptimizers.com/Todd, use promo code Todd, and boom, go on a shopping spree. Bioptimizers.com/Todd, promo code Todd to get 25% off site-wide. This is the UK Prime Minister, and he's opening the G20 summit. And look at this. He talks about ending hunger. Oh, do they know it's Christmas time at all? We are the world. We are the children.
To find solutions for the problems facing the world today. Climate change, poverty, and hunger. And we made real progress. I was pleased to back President Lula's Global Alliance Against Hunger.
We are aligned against hunger. Incidentally, we're also doing everything we possibly can to shut down the scourge of family farms. What with those stinking, dirty farmers not producing mRNA-enhanced vegetables with self-replicating mRNA within it. We can't have this. It's an affront to freedom, I say. Eat your pudding. Wait, is it? No? Pink Floyd? How can you eat your pudding? You've not eaten your Bill Gates burger. Eat your Gates burger. Some young farmers decided to produce an educational video about farming and politics. Remember that whole thing? No farmers, no food? What about no family farms, no decent food?
We don't normally address political issues, but as this affects the whole of British agriculture, we thought we'd give you some insight into what's going on. Yeah, as farmers, we consider ourselves caretakers of the land, which has been passed down from generation to generation, and it's something we plan never to sell. This here is Clarkson's farm, which spans 1,000 acres. Assuming his land is worth £10,000 an acre, his children will have an inheritance tax bill of 1.8 million, or 2.5 million, spreading that cost over 10 years at 7.5% interest. Most farmers are considered asset rich and cash poor. As you can see here, the farm's profit cannot facilitate the added debt from the inheritance tax, and therefore the children must sell part of the land in order to continue farming. You may be thinking, what does that mean to me? But the amount of land being bought by UK farmers in 2023 dropped by 8%, and the amount bought by institutional investors rose by 13%. The public need to ask themselves, who do they want owning the land in the UK? British farmers who've been farming the land for generations, or big corporations buying up land to offset carbon emissions? Unfortunately, increasing our carbon footprint, reducing our food security, and money also leaving the UK economy, which will never return and cannot be taxed. Us farmers disagree on a number of things, from our favourite tractor to breed a cow. But one thing we can all agree on is that Labour's budget is a slap in the face to British agriculture, and we urge everyone to stand together on the 19th of November and show your support.
Hey, I just heard the UK Prime Minister say that there was a resolution against hunger. Who do you want to own the farmland in the United States? Bill Gates, as you know, has become the top owner of farmland in the United States with his vast background in farming and his deep love of digging his hands in the dirt. Remember the technocrat Michael Bloomberg who said it's easy to be a farmer? You just dig a hole in the ground, spit in it, drop a seed, spit in it again, cover it up, and there you go, you got a farm. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations. Bill Gates' vision is very, very clear, and it's the same. Your body is an uninstalled user base. It needs apps. The apps he'd like to create, he's made very clear he is going to work with pharma to create those apps and to distribute those apps. He has invested in IP to distribute those apps, self-replicating, self-amplifying so-called vaccines. He has invested in things like mosquito-bred vaccines. He's examined things like blowing the vaccines out through the air. What about food? Bill Gates, with his view on carbon taxes, is using his considerable ownership over Microsoft stock to this day, to drive the carbon pricing. He purchases carbon offsets from farms that grow soybeans and plants. He will not buy from ranches that produce meat. They produce carbon dioxide. Why won't he buy that? Because Gates intends to destroy the meat business. Because he intends to fully replace the meat business with patented proteins. Can you think of a more evil idea than eliminating access to a very simple food source that is a common blessing given us by God? Meat. What's in meat? Meat. And replacing it with plastic foods that our bodies are not meant to digest in that way. And yet soon it will be the only food. After all, Bill Gates has said, developed countries like the United States should be taxed into eating his product as the only source of protein. The developing world can have some time to enjoy the olden days of meat. For me, I say go back to family farms. Go back by making some very, very simple laws. Cap the amount of farm ownership that an individual can have. Price controls? Not really. It's national security. Letting any one individual own production of food in our country is a national security interest, isn't it?